Hello everyone, welcome to Jennifer's Sewing and Creativity. In my previous video we talked about diamond dot kits, and in today's video I am going to show you how to actually start applying the dots to the canvas. But first, if it's your first time joining my videos, welcome. If you're joining from a previous video, welcome back. And as you can see, little Luna is trying to help, so please excuse her. That's the thing also, in previous videos I mentioned that you will see Luna in videos. This is her house too. I'm not going to keep her from being in a video. So you may see her here and there, and her little paws trying to help. So first, what I'd like to do is when you get, I will move this out of the way, and she's trying to steal a tray up here out of camera range. Okay, can you move aside, please? Thank you. Go that way, please. Thank you. Okay, so what you might want to do, I like to divide my beads up and get them all into little bags. And Luna would like to see it. She can't have those. They will disappear. And Luna's leaving, so okay, sorry about that. Okay, so in your kits, let me grab another kit and I will show you. In your kit, when you first get it and you open it up, you're going to see your package of beads like this. And they are all in a try to get this open. Okay. We have to wrap everything in cellophane. Okay, so it's going to be in a piece like this. Okay, and one side will have the number on it, and all of these are 820s. So that tells me that on this next canvas there's going to be a lot of one color. But as you can see, your beads come like this, and I like to set this aside. I like to take the beads, put them in a little Ziploc bag, and let's see, that one's not a very good one. Okay. You can see the little piece of like the cellophane in there that has the original numbers on it that tell you what bead they are. Okay, and this one is number 10, it's number 930, and the symbol is a 0. Okay, and I like to just put them in little bags. That way, as I go to the next color, I have it readily available and I don't have to open up those little cellophane packages all the time. And until I'm ready for the next color, I just keep them all in a large Ziploc bag. And it also helps to keep Luna out of them. And what I also do in between working on projects, I'll keep all my tools in an old plastic dish, and then I put everything in just a little bin, so everything's all together in one spot. I also have my accessory tool kit. If I need anything else out of it, it's there. I have my wax, the glue, and a little sealed container. I told you about this in the previous video. Several different trays that depends on if I just need a little bit of dots, I'll use one that I can just pour it in. And I didn't really explain why I don't like these as much. With this little pour section on it where you can pour the beads back into the bag, if you've got a lot of beads in the tray and you're trying to flatten out your beads with the little spatula part, they tend to flick out of this little pour section. So I don't like using these unless I'm just using a small amount of the beads. Then what I do is, this is just a little plastic case that some contact lens cases came in, and it just lets me set the tray inside of it, and I can close it, that if I need to walk away, and if Luna happens to get up on here, they're all in there. Also, I have knocked trays of beads over before onto the carpet, and I had to spend the next 20-30 minutes picking up little beads. So it just kind of helps keep them contained in a little spot. So there's that. I have all my tools ready. In the previous video, I was describing all the little different tool pens, and this one is a 6. This one is actually a 9. I wasn't sure in the previous video, but it is actually a 9 where you can pick up 9 of the beads at one time. This one is a 3. And of course they have the little where you can just pick up one at a time. Typically what I use is the one there you can pick up 3 at a time, or the 5 at a time. And then I use the spatula as well. I don't like to use the single on these ones. I just keep one ready. Okay, so now I'm going to set these aside, and I think I'm going to just use, for ease, a little ease in the video, I'm going to use the one that's got the 3 and then the single, and I'm going to show you, I don't know if you can see that in the end of it, you can see where this wax is a little bit old, and it's not as sticky. So one thing you can do is you take your tweezers that will come in an accessory kit, and you can just stick that in there and get that old wax out. Because you do not want your wax to have any lint in it or any dust. Okay? And then you can just take it right out. And put these aside so I don't stab myself. I have stabbed myself with the tweezers before. Be really careful. To load your pen, you're just going to stick it. I have a little piece of cellophane plastic over the top of it just to kind of keep it clean, and it's stuck to my hand. And you're just going to push right down into the wax. Just push right down. And I don't start in the middle, I start off on the edge, because it keeps the wax in a larger piece. So you're just going to stick it down in there, and it's harder to see in these smaller pens in the single dot pickup that it's loaded in there, but you can see it. And then for the end, you just do the same, whoops, kind of push it down in there and make sure that it is all across the surface of the area. Okay, so let me put that back on there, keep it clean. I'll close it up. Then what I do, I will, depending on what I am working on, what section I'm working on, I will use my light board. If it's pieces that are really light, like these sections here, you can see the numbers or the symbols really easily that you won't need a light board. But in this case, I am working on this dark section that you see here. And what I usually like to do when I start a diamond dot painting, as you can see on this end, is that most of this end is done already. And I like to start at one end. Some people say that if you're left-handed, you should start in your left corner and work across. And the reason why that is you don't want to get your hand stuck in the glue because, excuse me, it'll lose the stickiness. In my case, I'm right-handed, so I work from the right corner and then work. And what I typically do is I'll start on the right, get most of the portion that I have peeled back, and finish that. And then kind of like go to the next colors. And if you have your colors separated in the little bags like I do, it's easier to get to them. So you can switch colors easily, but you do definitely want to make sure that you don't mix all your beads up. So, like I said, I start on one side, and I typically will start here and then work across, okay? And when I get to this side, I turn it, work from this side and then up. I went a little off what I usually do. There was a few of this particular bead. This is bead 15, number 3808, and you will see on the chart that number 15, 3808 is an E, and that is actually kind of really hard to see. So some of the E's started down here, and it kind of continued across, and since I had some in the tray, I just kind of kept on working and going around. And again, I'm kind of going off of what I said about starting in one corner and working around. But as you progress on it, you'll know your limitations on, whether you're going to set your hand down inside the sticky glue that's already on the. Okay. But since we've already got it started, and I've been working on this number 15. It is a dark color and it's hard to see, so I am going to use my light board, and it's just a simple light board. And if you didn't see the previous video, I got this light board from Walmart, and I've had it for a couple years already, but this one was about $11. Okay, and it is LED, and it comes with your cord, and you just plug it right in. And for some reason I can't get it in there. Oh, it helps if you turn it the right way. Okay. Okay, so there's your light board, and you can see how nice it lights up. And then you're just going to put your canvas right on there. And it does help to see the darker numbers. I am going to adjust the camera so you can see a little bit closer, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have my camera zoomed in a little bit better, and you can see the numbers just a little bit, or the symbols just a little bit better. I have my cover, my cellophane pulled back to expose, and actually, before we get to that, let me cover that back up. I have poured some beads into one of the trays, and if you notice, some of the beads will be upside down. So what you want to do is you gently want to shake it tap it, and you'll see that they start flattening out a little. You can do it this way. You can tap it on the table. You can also use your little tool to kind of like move them together. That didn't work. Sometimes the tool works, and if you can see that little bead popped out, if your items are a little staticky, they will stick. So you need to be really careful. That will be if you have your cellophane pulled back and a bead does pop out, you can pick them up with the tweezers. So let's just try to move them around a little. I am going to try it that way a little more. Okay, some are turned over, some aren't. You're not going to get it perfect, but that's okay. Go back to peel this back a little. And like I said, these are number 15, 3808, and the symbol is an E. And we have a couple of the E's right here. And it looks like there's 3 of them. So you can take your tool where you can pick up 3 dots at one time, and you want the flat side down. Okay, so in an area where you see 3 dots, you're just going to, okay, so wouldn't you know it's going to be difficult for me right now. You're just going to pick up 3 dots, and you'll see them right there on the end of your pen. And you're going to go to your area where the 3 are, right here. And you're going to place those right down. And I kind of like wiggle. Let me get this over here just a little bit more so maybe you can see that. So I just placed the dots right there. I like to, when I put them down, I kind of like wiggle the tool a little bit so I know they're sticking. And sometimes you can see that the dots are just a little bit off. You can take and move them into position a little bit better. Okay, just like that. And I actually got a small piece of the wax on there. I don't know if you can see that. You don't want that to be on there. So another good thing for your, and you can pick that little tiny piece of wax off. Okay, so then you're just going to proceed with your, there are a couple right here. And I wear glasses, and sometimes what I like to do is I'll pull the canvas closer to me and I'll get down closer to it. I tend to take my glasses off when I'm doing it sometimes, and then I just put them right on there. I hope I didn't get my head in the shot. And sometimes I just work one bead at a time, and I just keep going. And sometimes I'll skip around from that area to this area. It just really depends. And I'm having a hard time seeing that one. I think this little one is an E also. If you do have a hard time seeing them and the light board isn't helping you, go ahead and pick it up. Look closer. The light board isn't a guarantee on making them easier to see. This is a particularly a dark color, so the print of the symbol is sometimes hard to see. So just do whatever works for you. Diamond dot painting can be really relaxing. Sometimes it can be stressful. If you've done like I've done, like I said earlier, and flipped over my beads on the floor, and you have to stop everything you're doing and pick them up. That was before I had Luna, so I can imagine now if I did it, it would be a complete disaster if she was in the room. You might hear my husband talking to her in the background right now. He's trying to keep her occupied for me. He's telling her she's a good girl. I don't know if you can hear that. Okay, and I just keep working. And what's really fun is that when you start getting a section completed, like how I did down here at the lower section, and you start really seeing the picture come together. It's really fun. But that is how you do diamond dot. It's not hard. It does take some patience. But I mean, like I said, it's fun. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I can answer those down below. If you have any suggestions, please also leave a comment down below. Please give my video a thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And in our next video, we will be having something really exciting. I will periodically give some updates on the progress of this particular one, and see you next time. Bye-bye.